Well, welcome to the podcast that doesn't have a name yet. We're still working on that. But we're just going to talk about random shit and see what happens. So, first thing I was thinking is we're all football fans here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're all spread out amongst the ranks of teams.
Some worse than others.
The New England Patriots are the worst out of all three.
Now, not before.
Yeah, not before.
You owned that throne for several years.
We did have the Cincinnati Bengals did have the longest streak without a playoff win, I think, out of everybody until, 2 years ago? Yeah.
Whenever they actually got a quarterback.
Yeah, you can blame Andy Dalton for that.
Andy Dalton, Carson Palmer, the entire 90s. It was not a good... And there's no reason Carson Palmer shouldn't have won at least one.
Yeah.
Although Vontaze Burfict kind of cost you guys a playoff game. I'm a Steelers fan. I admit that 100%.
Yeah,
he cost you that game.
That game brought me to tears.
I was in the bar that night.
You were in the bar that night?
I remember.
Yeah, that was a horrible day. It was a horrible day. There's no reason you should get, 30 yards of penalties in 6 seconds or something like that?
Yeah. Put them right where they need to be.
Right in field goal range. You can see on the screen, here's the line. It says field goal range. We brought him right to it. It was pretty fucking stupid. What was that, 2015? Yeah, Vontaze Burfict. He definitely cost us that game. But Carson Palmer didn't have an excuse. Oh, yeah, dude. What's the Wi-Fi password?
I need to go look it up.
Technical difficulties.
God damn it.
Yeah, we forgot about it. Nice. But yeah, Carson Palmer had, at one point, he had Ocho Cinco. He had TJ Houshmandzadeh.
He had Terrell Owens.
And he had Terrell Owens. All in 1 year.
Dude, I thought when they had Terrell Owens and Ocho Cinco, I thought they were going to tear up the league.
There's no reason they shouldn't have. Let's be honest. Those were two of the best receivers in the game at the time.
And I tell you what, T.O. came in and tore it up. I think he outplayed Johnson or Ocho Cinco.
Yeah. I bet you T.O. could still play. Have you seen him? Even though he's 50 years old.
50 years old, but that man is like a Greek god.
Well, he fucking kept up with Tyreek Hill in a sprint.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. There should be a video of that somewhere, him racing Tyreek Hill. I mean, obviously he's not as fast as Tyreek Hill never was, but, he didn't get completely fucking smoked by him. And for a 50-year-old man, that's pretty good. You think T.O. could still play in the NFL?
T.O., that guy fucking sucks.
What? What do you mean?
His whole season with the Patriots, he had one catch and it was in the Super Bowl.
To be fair, he wasn't white, so the Patriots would never be able to use him.
Wait, T.O. played?
Yeah.
Or what was it Ocho Cinco?
Oh, it was Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco, yeah.
We were talking about both of them.
Yeah.
He's a bum. That whole season, if Brady was throwing deep to the left, it was going to Deion Branch. He was throwing deep down the middle. It was an incomplete pass to Ocho Cinco.
Ocho Cinco is not as good as Ocho Cinco thinks he was.
Oh,
he thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame, but his stat line does not hold up for a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
No, he was trash.
I don't know about trash. He was good at creating separation because he had quick feet. He's a good slant receiver. He'd probably be good in a slot on a good team with two good actual wide receivers.
That's like saying that Kareem Hunt thinks he's a good kicker.
The best kicker in the NFL. Yeah, I think that was 05 or 06 or something like that. The Bengals had all those guys, and they should have won, but they didn't. Now the Steelers, they've been good for way too long, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty glad they suck now.
Yeah, they've been subpar. A lot of one and dones.
Their whole team was Ben Roethlisberger.
Mm-hmm.
Then Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown. They should have blew it up.
I don't want to hear that. Steeler fans don't admit that they were part of their team.
That's true.
Anymore.
As soon as they left, they shunned them.
Left. I was so happy.
I didn't want to lose Le'Veon Bell. He could have been one of the greatest, I think.
I think if I were the Steelers, I'd rather have Antonio Brown than Le'Veon Bell.
But you said T.O. raced against Tyreek Hill and kept up.
And he kept up with him. I was pretty impressed with him about that.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, 50-something years old. Because Tyreek Hill, I think he just competed in some sort of Olympic trial or something like that. And you remember? I just saw the name Marshall Faulk. You're an old guy, so you probably remember Marshall Faulk.
I do remember
remember
Marshall
him.
Faulk.
Yeah. What do you think? Oh, here it is.
That man's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Look at him.
I wouldn't fight him.
T.O. got a head start.
Yeah.
He's 10 yards, but he's 50. Tyreek Hill's Tyreek Hill.
They stayed the same distance.
Yeah.
He doesn't gain much ground on him. I mean, towards the end there. But
100 yards.
Yeah.
50 years old. That's impressive. To be fair, he works out the same as he did as when he was in the NFL.
He says he wants to come back if somebody will sign him.
I think he could.
I think he could, too. You can't tell me some team, like, there isn't a team out there with, like, 4 better receivers. Like, he would get playing time.
Yeah.
Was that last year Deshaun Jackson played? I can't remember who the hell he played for. Somebody threw a bomb to him, and he had a touchdown, but he just got winded at, like, the 10-yard line.
Really?
And had to step out of bounds.
Deshaun Jackson. I remember when he was the lightning fast guy that everybody talked about.
Yep.
When he was playing for the Eagles. Fuck the Eagles. They're probably my second least favorite team out there.
New England should have one more Super Bowl trophy. It wasn't for the Eagles.
That's true. Nick Foles kicked the shit
There was
out
no
of him.
defense on either team that year.
No. What? The fucking... It was... The score was, what, 50-something to 40-something?
Yeah.
It was up
played,
there.
He played with the Raiders.
The Raiders.
He was Henry Ruggs' replacement.
Henry Ruggs knows how to go fast.
I was pissed. I signed him in our fantasy league. I drafted him like in the 4th round, and then he fucking
I remember
does
texting
what
you
he.
laughing.
Imagine somebody taking fucking Deshaun Watson and realizing he raped like 20 women.
I think Lou took him this year.
Imagine. Yeah, but playing for Cleveland, I would be willing to bet that they would start a rapist quarterback. It's Cleveland.
I mean, they did have Hunt.
They did have Hunt. That's true. I can't say anything.
Where'd he end
Joe
up?
Mixon.
Kareem Hunt. Where'd he end up?
Isn't he still in Cleveland?
He was. They were talking about getting rid of him, but I don't know if he went anywhere yet.
I don't know. He definitely had not much success in Cleveland. After he left Kansas City,
He was good. Him and Nick Chubb.
Nick
were
Chubb is
1-2 combo.
Nick Chubb makes me a little chubbed up. I like Nick Chubb. That's my guy. I wish Cincinnati would get somebody like that because Joe Mixon's not. Well, he's all cracked up.
They have who's that other guy? They have Perrine.
Mm-hmm.
They just traded him.
got?
They got rid of him.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, he
That
went
sucks.
to Jacksonville or one of them fucking Florida teams. I don't remember.
That sucks. He was good.
He was pretty good.
He helped me win a few games.
He was good for like 2 downs, and I think they run Joe Mixon too much.
Yeah.
They put him in 3-4 downs every.
Oh, dude, I went against Joe Mixon last year when he got like 4 touchdowns, 4 or 5 touchdowns.
It
in a
happens
game.
about once a year.
Yeah. I still beat that guy.
Yeah, Sage Perrin. Yeah, he was
He's
all right.
good. I liked him.
I liked him too. I was pretty upset to see them getting rid of him. I assume they're probably just going to get a more expensive
He's on the Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he's not going to win anything.
Russia's garbage now.
Over there
He
with
should have
Russ.
stayed with Cincinnati. At least they're going to make it to the playoffs probably. What happened to Russell Wilson? What was it? The mountain air?
I have no idea.
He just started sucking.
DK Metcalf, maybe?
DK Metcalf.
Kind of like Andy Dalton's, or not Andy. What was his name? The guy that fucking just retired, just out of nowhere. Played for Indianapolis.
Oh, Andrew Luck.
Andrew
Andrew
Luck.
Luck.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck's playbook. Throw deep to Tyreek Hill, or not Tyreek, Ty, and see what happens. That's what.
I mean, it worked for
That's
him.
what Russell Wilson did, but with DK Metcalf.
Yeah, and before that he had Doug Baldwin and
Doug Baldwin and Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, he did kind of just throw it and hope for the best. And
He ran around.
and
see
if he
what
couldn't
happens.
throw it, he had Marshawn Lynch to just fucking hand it off to.
Sounds like
Super Bowl.
Carson Wentz.
Except for the Super Bowl. The one time they should have ran it. Let's throw a 1-yard pass.
So we didn't introduce ourselves.
Yeah, we'll introduce. Well, yeah, we'll start with you.
Wow.
You brought
Why
it up.
me?
You brought it up, bitch.
You're the tallest. We're just gonna go by height.
Yeah, you're the
Okay.
tallest.
So you go
I'm
last.
last.
My name's Edwards. I'm a corrections officer, and I'm a Steelers fan.
Sorry.
Where'd we meet, McConnell?
We met as corrections officers. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm still a CO, unfortunately.
You're sergeant.
Well,
Give yourself some credit.
yeah, I'm a Steelers fan.
Gross.
I love all things video games.
All things video games?
Well, most things.
Most things. I have not been as into video games as I once was, and I think it's just because I haven't been able to play them.
Yeah, you don't have internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of lost it.
I found out how hard it is to play video games without internet. Now that my internet's down, it's rough.
Yeah. I can't watch Netflix or anything, dude. I read books.
That's good.
Yeah, I might be getting smarter for once in my life.
I don't know if I get that far.
I'm Ian. I was a corrections officer at one point. Now I am a welder. Not very exciting. Cincinnati Bengals fan, as I should be. Joe Burrow is my father.
Look at that red beard.
Just like Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket. Really, there's not much else to say. That's about my entire personality. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati Bengals, and I do this.
Anthony Spader. I'm also in corrections. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes.
Sometimes. That's a day-to-day thing with corrections. Some days you're like, this was a great day. And then the next day you're ready to put a gun in your mouth.
Yep.
Especially at the low level. Like county level.
County sucked.
I was on Reddit last night, and someone described being a CO as 90% boredom and 10% adrenaline. And I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
You got to be ready all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, you're always on edge, but nothing happens 90% of the time.
Yep.
You're on edge for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a pretty good way to describe it. Anybody ever just call you Tony?
No. You
don't like that? I couldn't call you Tony. You don't seem like a Tony.
My grandfather called me Tony, and that was the only person.
You don't look like a Tony. I think it's more. No. Of course, to me, I've known you for years as just Spader. So
Spader.
You look like a Spader to me.
Because we all worked in the same.
Right, we went by last names.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
I prefer going by my last name.
Same.
I do not like when people call me Ian.
I'm used to it from sports and everything too.
Yeah,
I was always Edwards. So
I went from the military to working in a jail with all last names.
I'll just have to remember that from now on, Ian.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. I mean, I've just gotten used to, after a year of no longer being in corrections and people calling me by my first name, after a year of it, I've just now gotten used to calling myself Ian, like introducing myself as Ian. It's not a good name.
Yeah, because like you talk to people that aren't in corrections or know nothing about it, and you're calling everybody by their last name. Yeah, and you're like, you're fucking weird.
Yeah, why are you calling that guy? Why are you calling that guy Curtin? like the drapes. Yeah, it is a weird. I feel it's a lot like the military though, but since we're all suffering together, it was we got really close to each other really quickly, but we also really hated each other most of the time.
Because we see each other more than our fucking families.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's bound to happen.
I brought this up the other day. Would you say you liked the inmates more than the officers most of the time, but you trusted the officers more than the inmates?
Yes.
I would rather hold a conversation with an inmate.
100%. For as long as I was there at county, the inmates had a high respect for me because I was the same.
You were consistent.
Every day I was there.
You were everybody that came in like a new officer. You were kind of the example I used. I was like, if you're gonna be a dick, be a consistent dick, because if you're not a consistent dick, they won't listen to you.
Yeah.
And you were the model of that consistent dick, which they do respect that a lot more than if you flip flop back and forth.
Yeah, you're just different every day. You're bringing your home life in, and you're pissed off one day, happy the next.
Yeah, there's a lot of that happening. I think with the younger people that
this new generation of kids.
Yeah.
Young adults.
Yeah, I think that's really bad now.
Mm-hmm. So there's no discipline anymore. You discipline your kid, you get CYS called on you.
I remember one time my sister got slapped by my mom, and she was like, "I'm gonna call CYS," and my mom dialed the phone and handed it to her. She's like, "Fucking go for it." Yeah, you used to be able to. I think you should be able to smack your kids. I mean, if you beat the absolute piss out of your kids, that's no bueno.
Yeah,
but you should be able to discipline them with a little fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's frowned upon now, just like, everything in the world.
Yeah, everything's frowned upon. You can't please everybody now.
Yeah.
But when you get into something like jail, you gotta be able to young people, they don't know how to do that, and they get too attached to the inmates. I've noticed that's a thing because inmates are smooth talkers, every single one of them.
Some of them.
That's true. Some of them.
And then some of the jails, it's all newer people that only have 5 or less years in.
I think when I left county, there was 5 people maybe that had more than 2 years.
I'm like number 6 in seniority. I've been there for 6 years. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The turnover's crazy. We can't keep people.
Well, we went through that era when you left, and we just started losing people. It went south fast.
Well, I mean, when the best leaves.
You were one of the better, because you left, and then my favorite lieutenant left, and then after that
I took her with me.
Yeah, and then after that,
Yep.
downhill.
I saw how miserable. I saw how happy she was when I first started, and I saw how miserable she was when I was getting ready to leave. And I was like, I might have something for you.
Might have something for you.
Yeah.
She was great. It seems like they push out the people that have been there a while and are very good at their job.
They show the thing about corrections is you never get recognized for the good job you do, but as soon as you do something wrong, they're jumping out.
They're on you.
Yep.
Like,
the best thing is to have them not know who you are for as long as possible.
Yep. That's what I do. That's what I do now.
Yeah.
Yep. I work evening watch. Admin's never there. Whenever they're there, I just hurry up and get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot like the military. If they don't know who you are, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
You don't want to be good or bad. Because if you're too good, then they're going to expect too much out of you. And as soon as you do one little thing wrong, fucking end of the world.
So we're hiring a bunch of people now.
Yeah.
We got, got a lieutenant from, a place, and like he's just recruiting everybody from where he used to work.
I've know the state prisons around here are hiring like crazy.
Yeah.
It's
I've thought about it. I'm not sure.
You'd be good at it.
Don't go to that one up by
That's the one I was
everybody's favorite
thinking
lieutenant
about.
up there. Don't go up there. That place is a shithole.
That's what I've heard. I've heard they all kind of suck, but even the inmates that come from that one are like,
Yeah.
bad.
They call it the gladiator camp.
Yeah.
That's a bad one, dude. You don't want to go there.
I think it's the most violent prison in the state. They're locked down every couple days because somebody got assaulted, stabbed. It's rough, and it's not even the supermax in the state.
Yeah.
The other one I wanted to go, it's out by Clearfield. It's run by gangs, from what I hear.
Oh, really?
That's the one where she went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would be good in the state too. That's another one that we lost. One of the good ones that we lost when everybody started leaving. Prison's not fun.
You gotta make it fun.
Yeah, and you have to find ways. Like I remember you telling me about the guy who was sharing, which was not allowed, and you made him make the smashy. You made him eat it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I put him in the one programmer's room and I made him eat it.
Yeah, the whole thing. You're like, if you're not going to share this,
He was like, "Are you cooking for everyone or just you?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, it's mine." Okay,
it
go eat it.
Yeah, he's like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah."
Don't lie to me.
And I had to go relieve somebody, and they
That was
came over the
savage.
radio and was like, "Hey, this guy said he's done." I was like, "All right, throw the rest out, and he can keep the bowls."
You were a fun sergeant. You were my sergeant when you left. Can we tell the story about Officer Chair, please?
Yeah, he's the best booking officer ever. Yeah,
Second
never
best.
messed up. Like,
Just showed up and did his job every day.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He was always reliable. Like,
When you needed somebody to lean on, he was there.
yeah, exactly. So, I had to go around and relieve people for breaks. So it was toward the end of the night, 10-minute breaks all around.
Yeah.
I go into booking. Mr. McConnell's sitting in there. I go in. I was like, "Hey, you want a break?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." I was like, "I wasn't talking to you." It's like, I'm talking to the best booking officer in this room. So I went to Officer Chair, and I pushed a office chair
Was just an office chair.
up front. And I said, "Officer Chair, 10-7,"
Yep.
which was go on break, 10-minute.
And he took that chair on a 10-minute break. 10 entire minutes before he brought it back, and he was like, "All right, oh yeah, I guess you can go on break now."
You
Thanks.
got relieved by Officer Chair. You're
Yeah.
good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the things. You got to make it fun, like shit like that.
Yeah.
One time an inmate locked me in his cell. And so I just tore that fucking cell up. I started like throwing shit in his toilet. Toilet paper, I was just shredding it everywhere. Unmade his bed. Yeah. He learned not to lock me in his cell.
Do you remember I think it was my last week there. We had to do blanket exchanges once a month.
Mm-hmm.
They'd get a different blanket.
Yeah, smallpox blankets.
Yeah. And there were different, like they all used to be the same, but then they started integrating new ones in, and all the inmates wanted new ones. They didn't want old ones. So then Mr. Edwards comes out to me. He comes out of Delta. He's like, hey, these inmates won't give up their blankets. I was like, why? He's like, because they both want new ones. It's like, that's not how it works. So I go in, and I was like, which cell is it? It was one in the corner. Rolled the door, and was like, here you go. Here's your blankets. And you're like, well, we don't want those ones. Like, too bad. Figure it out. Took their old ones and left. Like...
One time, I remember in Charlie Block, they all wanted new blankets, and it wasn't a blanket exchange day. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, well, they're all being washed right now, so we'll bring back new ones once they're washed. I just took all their old blankets, folded them back up, and gave them right back to them.
They're like, thank you so much.
Yeah, they were so grateful. They were like, oh, this is softer than the one I had before. I'm like, well...
Just said somebody else's stink on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, somebody just jilled off on that thing 20 minutes ago.
I do the same thing with pants. They're like, these don't fit right. The elastic's all bad. I'm like, okay, give it to me. I'll go get you new ones. Fucking walk outside the door, stand there for 2 minutes, go back in with the same pants. And they're like, oh, perfect. Thank you, Edwards.
Yeah, I love fucking with inmates. It's one of my favorite things to do.
They'll try and get whatever they can out of you.
Oh, yeah. They have nothing better to do.
Nope.
I would do the same shit. I've always said I would be the most annoying inmate.
I'd be in the hole.
I'd probably be in the hole because I would get you right to the point where you're about to spray me just to make your life inconvenient, and then I would stop what I was doing. Just like every other inmate does. Once I'll be like, oh, sorry, guys. Just to fucking throw a wrench in your... I'd do it right when feeding time is.
You get that adrenaline pump and they think they're going to have to pull you out of the cell. Nope, I give up.
Just sit there and fucking scream at them until they're mad.
Yeah.
And then next day act like their best friend. That's the kind of shit I would do if I went to jail, which is still an option.
Yeah, I mean, you got your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
Sky is the limit.
I've always wanted to do like that. You know that show 60 Days In?
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool to do, where you know you're going to get out. You didn't actually do anything wrong, but you get to go to jail and kind of figure out what's happening. I think that'd be a cool thing to do.
I don't know.
But at the same time, I would probably get raped. For sure. Because, I mean, I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the strongest guy. Not even the smartest guy. I'm more of a human fleshlight. If you look at me.
Yeah, you are smooth on top, too, so...
Yeah, it's getting bad. Look at it's getting bad.
Oh my god!
You just need to
shave it off.
Go with it. One of the best.
We keep telling him that.
One of the best things I ever bought is called a skull shaver.
I've seen those. The ones that you just...
Yeah, they changed my life. I shave every other day with it.
Yeah, because you just...
5 minutes, I'm done.
You never cut yourself or anything.
Nope, you just clean. You have to clean it out. I clean it after every time I use it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I really need to get on that because it's looking bad.
Yeah.
I kind of look like somebody that would be in jail with the thinning hair up top, the beard, because they do nothing but meth and sit around their house.
Yeah, children.
Yeah. That is kind of what I look like. It does need to go. I don't know if I have the head shape for it though. Like you guys have a good shaped head for being bald.
What do you have, like a big knot in your
No,
head?
it's kind of like, yes, actually. Like right here I got a weird bump. But other than that, it's real narrow at the front, real wide at the back. It's kind of it's no bueno. I've shaved my head before. And it did, it was all right, I guess.
Well, what would your girlfriend think?
Oh, she would hate it.
There you go.
Yeah, she's told me she doesn't want me to shave it. She's like, until it's like completely gone. I'm like, it pretty much is.
It's like nobody's gonna want this bald fucker.
Yeah, I'm looking like a cue ball walking around. And I knew I was gonna be. My whole family is bald.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just something that happens. I actually made it longer than most of my family. My dad was bald by like 18. I made it till 21 before I started really getting bad.
You're in your what, early 20s now?
24.
24.
Yeah. Does that make you feel pretty old?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, you're only in your 30s.
35.
Yeah, that's
I'm 27.
right at mid 30s.
I'm in the middle.
You're at the worst age, I feel. I feel like nothing's
Really?
good when you're 27. Like it's all bad when you're in your early 20s, and then it's just kind of until you hit 30. I'd rather it be all bad.
Yeah, that's how I describe it.
Yeah,
too.
it's just because you don't know anything until you're 30. You're starting to figure everything out.
Oh, you get
No,
to 30
I'm
and then
not.
everything just hurts.
Everything just hurts. Your knees stop working.
Yeah,
You're
like I'm
what
at the
the
point
fuck?
now to where like I drop something, it's like, yeah, it's gonna stay there. I'm not picking that up.
It's not worth it. My dad said that to me one day. He's like, one day you're just gonna wake up and stuff's not gonna work anymore. He's like, your knees not gonna work, your back's gonna hurt all the time. It's gonna be real, because my knees and shit already hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only imagine when I'm 40, it's gonna be rough. I'm gonna be on oxys just to deal with my arthritic knees.
He mentioned in the intro that he's a video gamer.
He is
All
a video
things
gamer.
Video games.
Yes, all things video games.
Look at him, look at the big shit-eating grin on his face.
So, and you used to game on PC. Yeah.
I still do occasionally.
Oh, you still
Mm-hmm.
okay? I thought that kind of went to the wayside, but
I prefer to just sit on my couch and play on my TV.
I was gonna say
It's easier.
now that you have done both. Having experience.
I like the casual gaming experience more
I feel
rather
like
than
that's-
sitting in my computer chair with headphones
Yeah.
on. I feel like I'm in a different world.
Yeah, like there's a quality difference, obviously, in the controls. I always like the controls on keyboard and mouse more than using a controller. My thumbs don't work like that very well, but there is something about just being able to sit on your couch. It just seems
I enjoy
easier.
it.
Yeah. Would you prefer console gaming? If you had to get rid of one,
Yeah, I'd get rid of my PC.
you'd get rid of your PC.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I think a lot of people do PC, but a lot of people do the streaming too, on Twitch or
Yeah.
whatever else, YouTube.
The PCs are nice. They're a money pit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big time fucking money pit. Because with a console, they're all the same. And then the next generation go. But PCs, they're always coming out with new parts, and you get this little bug in the back of your head. You're like, I could get an extra 3 frames per second. I'm gonna spend $1,200 on a new graphics card.
Well, I hate dealing with all the fucking crashing and updating your drivers and
Yeah.
shit. And an Xbox, you just turn it on, go.
It's done.
Like, it
Say,
does
hey,
it
you need
for
an update here.
Yeah,
It's like,
you need an update once a month. You're like, sick. Yeah,
Then your PC, you're like, which fucking part went bad?
right. Yeah, constantly searching, troubleshooting.
Mm-hmm.
In my fucking, do I have fans that aren't working and it's getting too hot? Yeah, but I don't know. I always like PC gaming as opposed to console. Like I said, because the keyboard and mouse. There's something about the keyboard and the mouse that really works for me. I was never any good at any games anyways, but I'm especially bad on a console. Like the only reason I got any sort of half decent at like Warzone or anything like that was because I was on a keyboard and
Yeah.
mouse. Like the sensitivity of the little thumbstick. It's I don't know. What's your favorite game currently?
Ooh, I've been playing a lot. You're gonna sound bad.
Well, probably.
I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76.
That's a good game. I enjoyed it.
I like the legendary system, like grinding for that perfect legendary gun.
I don't
It's
grind
fun.
for shit. I play video games to talk to my
To play
friends.
with friends.
Yeah.
not right now, because you don't
no,
have internet.
I can't right now.
You're making, like,
I was on a
control.
really big Dead by Daylight kick for like 2 years,
That's a
but
good game.
they just fucking drove that game into the ground.
Yeah.
They just kept adding stuff to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what game I want to play that I bought it and I just never played it was that Detroit Become Human.
I've played it. You
Have
should.
you?
It's
I've
like an
never
interactive
played
movie.
it.
Never played it? Yeah, I've heard it's kind of like a movie.
But your
almost.
decisions matter.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really good. Actually, I bet your girlfriend would sit there and enjoy it while you're playing it. Because my
No,
girlfriend
probably not.
watched
She
it.
likes Dance Moms too much. I was thinking about this the other day. Women complain about. I think it was Bill Burr that said something about it. He said women complain about not getting paid as much in sports. And it's like because you don't watch them. Women
Yeah.
don't watch women's sports. They don't go to games. Like a WNBA game might have 1,500 people in it. dudes, we're so simple. We're packing fucking stadiums.
Yeah.
That's why they make more money.
Yeah.
And it's because when my girlfriend watches Dance Moms, I'm like, that's why. They like watching Dance Moms. They like watching women go at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Plus, women just aren't as good at sports. Let's be completely honest. They just aren't. We should have an all men's team, but they're trans men.
They would destroy.
And go to the WNBA and just fucking light it up.
So like 15 to like 268.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Or like any combat sport, like boxing, you would just fucking destroy that poor girl.
I don't know. Have you seen some of the girls that fight in the UFC? They kick my ass. That's for sure.
But you have a professional male boxer transition.
That's true.
He's got to fuck
That's
up
true.
any girl in his
if Mike
weight class.
Tyson got some titties, he'd still fuck him up.
Shout out Scary Movie.
Then he'd
4.
rape himself. How can we not forgive people for shit that they've said, but we forgave Mike Tyson for raping women?
I don't
He
know.
has his own podcast too.
I don't
guy.
know. Edwards, Ben Roethlisberger, for
Yeah.
instance.
Ben Roethlisberger. Why did we forgive him for... Well, I know I didn't forgive him for rape, but you Steelers fans that are rape enablers did.
Because he's good.
Was
What,
okay.
raping?
He was very good
At
at that.
throwing the football.
I don't know.
He
What?
found Jesus.
So did Jeffrey Dahmer. That doesn't mean you're a good person. Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know if he was that good, though.
Did
Hold
he
on.
actually do it, though?
Hold on. You're saying that Ben Roethlisberger found Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like every inmate that comes into the prison
Good point.
system has found Jesus.
Yeah, and then they lose him as soon as they
As
leave the
soon
door.
as they step out that door.
Jesus, who?
Yeah. It's kind of like Ben Roethlisberger as soon as he stepped out of that porta potty.
Wait, what are you going to do? You don't have a quarterback.
I like
that
Kenny Pickett. I give him a chance.
I don't like.
Let's be fair. He's not gonna be that good. He's not gonna be Ben Roethlisberger good. He's not gonna be Joe Burrow.
I like
good.
him more, though.
Well, yeah, he doesn't rape people. I would hope you liked him more. But I mean, with all the quarterbacks in the NFL now, he's not gonna take you where you need to go. He's not better than Patty Mahomes.
He's not.
That's hard to find.
I mean, we beat them.
I think Mahomes is good, but I think if you take Travis Kelce away,
Now that he's lost Tyreek Hill also.
well, they won the Super Bowl this year without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
lost McCole Hardman this offseason.
They did, but Tony's getting a more significant role in the offense, and so is
He lost Juju as
another
well.
person. I can't remember who the other person is on that team.
Oh yeah, they did lose Juju. He went to New England, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. He did.
Gross.
He sure did.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be very good because they only have Travis Kelce now. That is like,
Tony's going to get injured within the first couple weeks because he is injury prone. There's a reason why the Giants got rid of him.
and if the Giants are gonna get rid of you, you probably got an issue of some sort because they're desperate. I thought Saquon Barkley was gonna be their savior. I really did.
I thought they were going to get rid of him.
Valdez Scantling.
No, there's another one. There's that depth chart. Sky Moore. That's
Sky
it.
Moore.
Okay.
They're calling for him to get a bigger role in the offense.
I mean, with Patty Mahomes, you can't completely count them out, but I don't think they
Unless
make
you're
it.
a running back on that team. Because they don't use them.
That's true. they haven't.
Where's Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that list? No, he's trash. I took that bum his first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Didn't do anything for me.
Damn.
Yeah, they really have no need for a running back. Why don't they just fucking get rid of that position in their team?
It's just
Patrick Mahomes is going to throw the ball 75 times a game.
Yep.
And he's going to hit Travis Kelce with 65 of them.
Their last good halfback was probably Jamal Charles.
Oh, Kareem Hunt.
Charles was good.
Jamal Charles was good. I mean,
He was an
Kareem Hunt was
animal.
good
Pacheco's good.
Oh, they got John Ross. Shout out.
John Ross. I remember when they said he was. I said because I was desperate because I had Andy Dalton for a cornerback, and they drafted John Ross, and I was like, he ran like a 4.22. He's gonna light this fucking league on fire. And then he was like, man, I hate Cincinnati. Get me out of here.
Cincinnati's doing good now, though.
Well, they just. I'm so glad they finally got an indoor practice facility. You know how miserable it would be practicing outside in fucking Cincinnati, Ohio? Right on the river? Are you kidding me? Terrible.
Yeah,
I'm glad their owner finally decided to spend some fucking money. Fucking tightwad.
Well, they weren't making any money whenever Andy Dalton was there.
That's true. If you looked at a Bengals game, there was nobody there. It was like a Pirates game. There was a few diehards, and that was about it.
In those all-you-can-eat seats, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
get
just
all
there
your
for the
fucking
food.
chili. Yeah, that's once we got Joe Burrow though, that changed. It's amazing how much a quarterback will change your entire franchise.
Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, they got fucking Tom Brady and
Won
everything.
Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, first one since what, 2000? Because they won that one other one when defense was the only way you won fucking Super Bowls.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Looks like a
pretty
tent.
nice.
Well, that's the temporary one. They haven't built the permanent one yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Temporary indoor practice facility.
Yeah, they are. They did get They bought the land to build the permanent one though.
Okay.
About damn time.
That's what I'm saying. It's fucking 2023, guys. Like, every other team. There's 31 other teams in the NFL. They all have an indoor practice facility. You're telling me it took you this long?
Yeah.
Super terrible.
Yes, it did.
It did.
They had to save up all that money. They're finally winning.
That's true.
Fans are actually coming to watch games. They need a place to put them.
That's true. Yeah. Joe Burrow had, I think, like one of the best-selling jerseys last year just because everybody loves him.
It's not bad.
Jamar Chase is a fucking animal. I love Jamar Chase.
He's good.
He's good. I don't think he's going to stick around in Cincinnati long. I think he's going to be one of the guys. Because Joe Burrow has said that he's going to do the Tom Brady thing. He's like, I'll take less fucking money
cuts.
to keep my guys around.
That's what nobody did back whenever Brady was in New England. We're winning all those championships. They're like, how do they keep making it into the Super Bowl? It's like, well, like they're not overpaying people.
Right.
Like they're paying people to stay. Like, and they're winning games.
Yeah. That was, I think, Belichick got to Brady early, and he was like, listen, fucking, if you take less money, we'll be able to win more games. And Tom Brady was like, oh, okay, I was the 300th pick in the draft. I'll listen to whatever you say, Dad. Yeah, Joe Burrow said he's willing to do the same thing, which I'm cool with that. I don't give a fuck.
It's like Aaron Rodgers. Great quarterback, won Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who did he beat for that Super Bowl championship?
Who was that?
Steelers.
Steelers?
Huh.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Well, it's Rapey Ben. Did they have Heinz Ward for that Super Bowl?
No, that was the year after.
It was the year after.
Year or two after, I think.
Yeah, because they were that was the point when they still had some of the guys from when they went on that run.
Yeah, Tomlin still had Cowher's team.
Yeah. Yeah, Cowher really did build a good... But I can't... Tomlin has not had a losing season. He just hasn't gone to the Super Bowl. So he's like he's like a Marvin Lewis.
He needs to control that locker room. There's a bunch of animals over there.
And this is just Pittsburgh, though. That's kind of the way Pittsburgh's always been.
And then he steps on the field and trips people. I mean,
that was one of the funniest.
Hilarious.
That was one of the funniest things ever. He's like, "Fuck you." Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the field.
Yeah, no other coach ever has stepped onto the field
Sorry.
like that.
We're watching.
Even though
It is.
I bet Sean McVay would.
2013. We're gonna watch this Fireball commercial first.
I love Fireball. It's the only whiskey I like. Tennessee Fire.
So, do you think this was intentional?
Yes, I do.
100%.
I do,
Yes,
too.
I
100%,
do.
because this was going to the house.
Yeah, there was.
He was watching himself on the Jumbotron. He knew where he was.
Look at that. That's a touchdown right there. He's like, "Oops."
He had to slow down just a little bit.
It's like, what the fuck? The coach was on the field.
He's like, if I turn around and face the other direction, I
Yeah,
might be able
I
to
might
get
be
out
able
of
to get
this.
away with this.
Yeah. No other quarterback, no other coach ever has been that far onto the
That
field.
blatant about cheating.
Look, there he is.
Oh my god.
Look at him.
Look, he's looking over his shoulder.
Look at his face.
What's going on, guys?
He can't see me.
How does he not know he's there? Like,
How did
knew.
the ref not say anything? The ref was right there too.
fucking.
He
Like,
got fined like
tapping him out of the way.
$50K for that.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for football season to start again.
I can't
There's
now.
a void in my Sundays.
I can't now that my team doesn't suck. When they sucked, I was like, it's kind of hard, guys. It's really hard to be a fan.
Yeah. I used to have get-togethers all the time for football games.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. Some type of food and just relaxing.
I bet it was really easy to enjoy football when you were a winning team for 20 years.
I still enjoy it.
You still enjoy, but it's not going to be as. Trust me,
It'll be a
not
while
gonna be
before they
as
get back
enjoyable.
there. Mac Jones is not the answer.
No, he's not. It's. Yeah, it's going to be a while till they find the guy. I could see them getting Lamar Jackson, maybe.
There was talks of that.
I didn't know the Bengals got Orlando Brown. That's huge.
Oh my God, yeah. That was like the biggest move of the offseason so far. Travis Kelce was not happy about it. He's like, he was like watching your best friend go to the enemy.
Nick Scott, safety. Sidney Jones.
Yeah, and he took a pay cut to go to the Bengals. Like, I think the Chiefs offered him triple-digit millions to play for them, and the Bengals gave him like 85, and he took the 85.
See, what position does he play? Tight end?
Who?
That guy that just went to Cincy.
Orlando Brown?
Yeah.
No, he's a tackle.
Tackle?
Yeah. And I would say he's one of the best. Yeah,
Irv Smith is
Yeah.
tight end.
Yeah. But he's one of the better tackles in football
yeah.
right now. Yeah, and the Chiefs are losing people like crazy.
Yeah.
Probably because they paid Patrick Mahomes $500 million.
all that money.
And they're like, well, we can't afford to keep you around, to be completely honest. It's just going to be a center, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelce over here, and they'll still win 13 games.
It's kind of like that trick play that Indianapolis tried to play a couple years ago. Well, several years ago now.
When they just had the whole team on this side of the field, and just two guys.
Yep.
I don't know why they thought that was going to work.
That was pretty good.
Watching Pat McAfee talk about that, he's
Oh,
like, I
man.
really don't know what was going on.
Watching anything Pat McAfee does is
He's my
great.
favorite. He's my favorite sports commentator. Look at that right there.
Their trick play, there it is. The worst play. There was Pat McAfee was right under there talking about it.
He's probably my favorite sports commentator.
Oh, he is great.
He's awesome. I'm glad he's finally.
Like, what in the hell were they doing?
I have no idea. This is great though.
Look at him standing there.
Did you watch this live?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
When they dreamt this up, you know that they really thought they had something.
Yeah.
There's 11 dudes on them. If I were that guy, I would not have taken that snap. There's no way.
What are you doing?
It's like, damn, I thought that'd work.
Yeah, he was standing on the sideline. He was like, "Fuck, that was my rabbit out of the hat." And I really thought that was going somewhere, guys. Sorry. Yeah, Pat McAfee, when he talks about it, he's like, I was kind of standing there wondering what the fuck was going on. Like, yeah, the balls to sit there and take that snap when there's 11 dudes.
There he is.
I love Pat McAfee. Yeah, he's a for a punter. I've never seen a punter gain as much fucking traction as he has. Yeah,
shit that he has.
It's pretty impressive. Because I mean, even the
Remember
best
when
kickers,
he lit up that fucking one Broncos player? That what was his name?
Oh yeah, on the kick return.
Trendon Holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking laid him out.
him up.
To be fair, I mean he's a kicker, so he's got strong legs.
Yeah.
You know
He
he's
had
got
that little
elected for the Hall of Fame?
Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That'd be fucking sick.
He's not. I don't think he made it that year.
That would be pretty cool. See Pat McAfee get in the Hall of Fame. There's not many dudes I think actually deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. They put a lot of guys in there that don't deserve it.
Here's that hit.
Ooh, glitchy. Oh yeah. Here it comes. Fuck it. I think that was 50% that guy was running fast as fuck. And he
was a speedster.
He got leveled because he took him out. Look at it. You just got laid out by a punter. Shut up. That's douche. He's a big guy for a kicker, though.
Yeah.
He's like 6'2". He's pretty solid. He's not a small dude. Most kickers are skinny and flexible.
You know, he has a contract with WWE.
I did know that.
He does commentating and stuff.
Yeah. He's such a cool dude. I wish. He did stand-up comedy, too, I think. He does all kinds of shit.
He'd be good at it.
Yeah.
Really good.
He's just a funny guy in general. I think there's probably a lot of kickers that were forced to come up with some other way to be entertaining because you're kicking a ball.
Yeah,
you got to be the funniest guy on the team, dude. You're not really that needed. Kareem Hunt could do your job. But you could do it pretty good.
Chad Ochocinco. Do you remember when he kicked the field goal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fucking split that thing right down the middle.
Mm-hmm. It was in the preseason, and your guys' kicker got hurt.
At least he was good for something.
I think our kicker and our punter got hurt.
But he made a field goal, and then he did a kickoff, and it went, it went to the end zone.
It doesn't take that much skill to be a kicker. It's a fake position. Let's be real. You're kicking a ball.
Sometimes, I don't even take kickers whenever during fantasy.
Really?
Yep. Like in the initial draft, I don't take a defense.
No.
I know for sure I don't. And I just pick one up.
Later in life.
And then, there was the one year, it was like, anybody playing against the Browns, that's who I'm taking. It did great. You got to do research, you just stream them every week.
Yeah, anybody playing against that was a good bet for about 30 years. The Browns are going to do nothing but lose. We could be at risk soon.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
McAfee.
Uh-oh.
We were just talking about
government.
Fucking government. Get out of here.
Quit listening.
The government's always listening. Your phone, everything. If you read the terms of service.
Dude, I went down to my buddy's house. You ever hear of bootleggers? They sell them at Sheets.
Oh, the little alcohol things?
The little liquor things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a bunch of them. There's 4 flavors or something. I've never heard of them. And I went down to his house, and he's like, hey, you want a bootlegger? I was like, what the hell's that? And he's like, there are these things. I drank 1 or 2, and then hung out for a while, and then went home, and then scrolling through Facebook, having ads for bootleggers.
Yep.
And
it's amazing
ridiculous.
how fast it works.
Just listening to everything.
It's insane. And people don't read the terms of service or and you just scroll to the bottom
accept.
And if you it's in there, you gave them permission to do that.
It's like the other day I was telling you guys about Resident Evil 4, playing it down at my buddy's house. He there's little terms and conditions things you got to scroll in and agree, and he did. There was 2 of them. And I was like, well, you just sold your house to Capcom. They own your house now. But
yeah. They do, because they can listen through anything with a microphone. Mm-hmm. They're listening. They track everything you type. Do you know they actually, if they know you're an older person with a computer, they track your keystrokes, and they can determine if you have something wrong with you and if they need to send the police.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you with Max?
That was so bad. Fucking snitches. I know they don't get a report. I got in a lot of trouble for that.
Somebody knocked on you 100%.
Oh yeah, I know who it was too. I got all of my computer rights taken away.
You were out of booking for a good minute.
And didn't you get sergeant after that?
Yeah. I was one of 2 people to apply. There wasn't many other options. Yeah, and then I applied for lieutenant, and right when I quit, they were like, "Yeah, you were probably gonna be a lieutenant."
That would have been cool.
You were.
I don't think it would have been cool.
I got offered a lieutenant spot once.
I think that would have sucked. Just sitting up front.
I couldn't do it. I was always running around.
Yeah, the nice thing about being a sergeant is you could go up front if you needed, but you could leave.
Yeah.
But once you became a lieutenant, you're stuck up there.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
And when you're in charge of the shift, they don't fucking leave you alone. Mm-mm. It's like I'm trying to do my own thing, and they're like, hey, trying to bullshit. And it's like, nah, I need to focus.
Yeah, or the outside calls on a day shift of all the fucking family members and shit calling about.
The receptionists take care of that shit.
It happens sometimes.
Or one of those people that don't do anything in the fucking office.
One of those 5 people that are just standing there bullshitting while you're working.
Bullshit. Hey, what are we going to get for lunch today? I don't know. Why don't you do something instead of fucking...
Should we order pizza?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I don't know. I have all this fucking work to do, and these people bother me. I'm not going to eat anyway.
Yeah, I was in charge one day. The deputy warden was like, Edward, you're a little quiet today. I'm like, yeah, I'm working.
That was a lot. That was the nice thing about night shift is at the end of the day, that was when the important people started coming in, and that was when I would go and suck up. You know, put their cock in my mouth. Please promote me.
I don't do that.
You don't?
Still.
I did.
I didn't do that.
I avoid the
Well,
warden's office.
I'm not
like
as
a
good
fucking
at
plague.
that job as you were, so I had to find alternative methods.
It's true.
Yeah. I was not that good of a sergeant. I really
I can
wasn't.
believe it.
Yeah. I mean, I was okay at it, but I wasn't. I was okay at managing people, but I did a lot of fucking shit that I wasn't supposed to do. I did that as an officer though too. I broke rules. All
You were
the
never a
fucking time.
dick.
That's because
like,
I didn't
at
care. That was probably the worst thing. I didn't give a fuck what happened. Unless somebody was like getting assaulted, then I would care.
Yeah.
But if shit just wasn't getting done, it'll figure itself out.
Yeah, like you have all shift to get it done.
Yeah.
I mean, now you're doing what, 12-hour shifts?
Fuck that.
I mean, I'd be fighting to find something to do at that point.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, especially if on like a night shift when all the inmates are asleep.
Nights are terrible.
Oh my god.
You don't even
12
feed anymore.
hours.
it's like we have people at my place like on day watch. Say it's like we have compound 1 and 2, like they're all more or less rovers.
Yeah.
If there's like a new guy on compound and like a veteran guy, they're like, well, good luck. You don't see that veteran guy till mainline lunchtime. Yeah, because they're hiding somewhere.
Yeah. I think the thing I was good at with being a sergeant was I was good at knowing who was good at what.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you do that because if you do that, I know that will get done.
And then you have all the shitty people complaining. It's like, why can't I rove? Because you suck.
And they get mad, but sorry, this is a jail. Get better at your job.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
It
Like, it's
really isn't.
It's an easy job.
You don't have to use your brain, especially.
It's overwhelming when you first start, but when you get like a couple months in, you should know what you're doing.
Yeah. There's no reason. Because it's. In county, I know you do a lot of stuff for the inmates, but like in a state prison, at least, I don't know about higher than that, but the inmates do a lot of shit for themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't pass out their laundry to them. You don't fucking
don't have
give
to
them their
escort
food.
them.
We have
Through
whole,
the
we have whole
hallways.
departments. We have 10-minute moves to where they just fucking go wherever they want.
Yeah.
You know, and then we lock the doors in 10 minutes.
That would be sick. That's how counties should run. I hate the whole fucking we do everything for
Do
you.
everything for them. It's like it's a vacation for them.
Yeah. A lot of them think of it as a vacation.
But yeah, from their kids, because
Who wants kids?
yeah,
They're just blowing it and everybody fucking that they meet that gives them a little bit of heroin.
yep.
Yeah. It's county it's a whole different job.
It is.
I would say. Cuz you're dealing with people coming in and out constantly. You don't have people that are just there. So you don't really get to build the kind of rapport with the inmates that you could if they were just there for 25 years. They're there for 30 days maybe for a DUI, and then they leave and come back 2 months later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a whole different job, I would say.
There's a couple people that leave and then turn their lives around completely.
Yeah,
Like,
Very few.
not many.
Like-
I've seen it though.
Yeah, county's a revolving door. It seems like most of them come back. It sucks, but
my problem with county was one of the biggest problems I had with it was the new hires. You could tell the ones that got picked on in school because they would come in and just treat the inmates like shit. Like, and it makes your job harder.
because they finally got a position of power.
Yeah, because now you have to deal with that backlash.
Yeah.
Like, we'd get people in for like 1 or 2 days for court hearings, and then they'd go back to wherever they were. You know, I let those people do what they wanted. They were in a fucking cell. They wanted to cover their head and sleep. More power to you.
I didn't give a shit if their head
Like-
was covered. As long as if you looked like you might be dead, I might knock on your window or something.
Yeah.
But
normally,
if you can see them breathing, you
Yeah,
see
you
their
go in
fucking
there.
feet, you know they're there.
Yeah.
I never really. There's a lot of it's very strict there. I know most counties aren't like that, but that county at least is very strict. Like the sharing rule. I never understood
I
that.
can see that. 'Cause
Really?
You don't know if they're getting extorted for it, if it's gambling debts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, because we didn't allow smoking or anything, so they
Yeah.
had food was their currency. fucking packs of ramen.
Yep.
And whoever had the most ran that block.
Yeah.
It was amazing. There were some fucking ridiculous commissary orders. Fuck. The one dude, little short Mexican, little rotund. You probably know.
And it used to be night cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He used to get like $400 commissary orders a week.
Yeah.
That
But
was-
how many different females was he talking to? How many different
of them.
females were putting money on his books?
All of them.
Yeah.
He was a smooth talker.
He
Yeah.
was. He really was. He got special treatment from me. I left him alone. He did. He got to the point where he would lock people down for me. I would walk on the block when somebody radioed something to me. He's like, I already took care of it. They're locked down for 24. And I'd be like, all right.
Just need you to radio that in for me.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool. I'll just go put it on the sheet so everybody else knows. It's nice when you have somebody like that kind of runs the block.
Yeah.
Or else it's just fucking chaos and it's just a bunch of whiners. That was my biggest problem with county is they're all whiny. They
They were all innocent. They didn't do it. Whatever
Yeah,
they were in there for,
That's
they
true.
didn't do
That's
it.
true. They didn't do it. I didn't do the heroin that's still in my system. What are you talking
Yeah.
about? I know I got piss tested, but it must have been on a doorknob and I touched
I
it.
didn't try and smuggle drugs in here when I came in. Like, okay.
When we got our body scanner, and you could like just see their insides.
Yeah.
It was amazing when people would try and talk their way out of it. It's like, it's right
Right
there,
there.
man. I can see it. It's not like you're going to be able to hide this from me. Body scanners make your life so much easier. My dick count went down severely.
I have done 4 strip searches in 4 years.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
I do that a day still.
Yeah, on a court day or something, we do that in an hour.
Visiting room and, you know, an R&B
Oh, yeah, because
whenever they come in.
you don't have to like strip them when they get moved
Nope.
or if anytime they leave the block.
Nope.
or-
We print out a sheet, and if they're on it to go somewhere else, they just fucking do it. They just pack their own shit up and go.
That's the way my brother was in state prison, and he was like, "Yeah, we just kind of left the block.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get your little fucking paper signed when you leave a block, and then when you get to where you're going, they sign it at what time you got there, and then you
We
come
used
back."
to do that. We don't do it anymore.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Did you have a security
I
issue?
can't remember what the hell those forms are called, but we used to do it.
We're at an hour.
Oh, really? Wow.
It seemed like that.
It goes pretty quick once you get going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good. I
It's
haven't
fun.
fucking actually sat
I
down and
enjoy
talked
it
to you
every
for-
time.
Couple years.
That's most of the reason I started doing it, because I was like, okay, I need to like talk to my friends.
Yeah. Instead
And
of ghosting them.
yeah, and it's a lot easier to like for me to show up and like talk to you than it is for me to like message you.
Yeah.
I hate messaging people
Yeah.
and expecting them to like
Hey,
carry
what's
the
up?
friendship.
I don't do that.
I do remember whenever I first left the jail, I'd come back up and visit every once in a while.
Mhm.
And it'd be a while, and I'd come up there, and you'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'd fucking just instantly make fun of you. And, stuff. And you're like, "Yeah, no, I know, I hated you."
And on that note, I need a cigarette. We will be back once again. This is Unnamed. We'll get there eventually.
That should be our name. Right
And
there.
The Unnamed podcast.
there is another. Yeah, that should just be the name. Unnamed. There is another individual who will be joining us. He was busy this week, but he will be around at some point. You guys will love him. He is the best. He's very sexy.
Muscles everywhere.
Muscles everywhere. His dick has biceps.
Straight up an episode of Family Guy.
All right. Tune in next time, guys. Bye.